Hi everybody, it's Julie and welcome to the cereal box journal for the beginners junk journal series here on Dear Julie channel. We are going to be working on our journal. It's getting close to being finished. I went through and checked and I have these 5 quotes that we can put in. I've got some lace that we can add to the edges. I do want to stencil some of the white pages, and I found this sheet of paper in my my stuff, and it kind of just looked like it went along with what we've got going on here. So I think the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to alter this paper so that I can use this in the journal. I have pulled out some peeled paint distress ink, and I can use a stencil. So let's try this stencil. Okay. And we don't have to use it all over, but we'll go ahead and just alter this paper so that it will match our journal instead of just the stark black and white. We can leave it, that would be fine. But I thought it would be kind of fun. You can alter your paper. How cool is that? And how easy to just go ahead and stencil. If you don't have a stencil like this, I mean, you could use a strawberry basket. You could use something that has, the holes cut out of it. All kinds of things that could be used. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that. And then we have like a totally different paper. Now the thing is this is also white on the back. So I am going to go ahead and I'm going to alter the back of the paper now as well, and that way it'll be okay if I use it, if I glue it in or something. But if I'm going to just use the paper as it is, it's a lightweight paper, then that'll be okay. It'll already be ready. So there we have changed our paper. And now let's go ahead and we'll pull out the vintage photo. And I have a separate brush for each one of these. And I think on this one, let's see, on this side, we'll go ahead and we'll start by adding some of the words. Okay, so the word stencil, and I've been using this a lot in my other journals lately, and I just think that it's kind of cool to just go ahead and not have the whole thing show up. And you could go ahead and add this also to the paper, to the other side of the paper if you wanted to. Okay, so it's like we're making our own paper. We are. Okay. You can even take it right off the edge. Okay, so that is adding our stencil. Let's put our stencil where it goes so it's easier to find when we want it later. Okay, so since we're using that other green stencil on the other, let's go ahead and we'll add that also. subtle. Looks like a turtle. Okay, so again, we're altering paper. And if you have digitals that you didn't run through and have a second side to, then you can do this on those also and already have your paper ready. So there is our page, and it is ready for us to use in our journal. So I think one of the things that we will do with this is we will make an envelope using our envelope punch board. Okay, and I'm going to do this backwards. I'm going to go, okay, if I took and made a, let's see, it would be 8.5 by, I don't want to use up that much paper. Let's go down to, what would 7.5 by, that's not that much smaller. 6 by 6 will give us a 3.5 by 3.5. So we're going to cut a piece down to put my scoreboard back where it goes instead of running into it. Every time I move, I'm running into the scoreboard. Okay, so here we go. Go ahead and we'll cut this in half at 6 inches. Okay, so there's that. And there's that. So this is one of the things that I like to do when I have a lightweight paper, is I do like to make envelopes out of them. And for our 6 by 6, this is an envelope punch board. It is by We Are Memory Keepers. This is the regular size. I love it. Okay, so 6 by 6 is going to give us an envelope that will fit a 3 by 4 card. We need to start at 2 5/8, so there's a ruler up here, and we're going to go to 2 5/8, and right here is our scoring tool. I love that it's right there. It lives in the tool, and we're going to go ahead and score this along here and punch. And now you don't pay attention to this anymore. You just go to where you scored, and you punch, and you score again. And you do it again. You go to where you scored, line it up, punch, and score, and line it up, punch, and score. Okay, so that gives me my envelope. Then you can also take your envelope to this side, and you can use the punch on this side to go ahead and round your corners. And there you have your envelope form. Okay, let's put this in where it goes. And we'll put this back where it goes, and you know what? Then it'll be where it's supposed to be when we want it next time. Okay. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and go around and fold this. Okay. There, so you fold it on those folds, and then you can go ahead and close it, and you have a beautiful envelope. Go ahead and put our glue down. and close it. Okay, so we have an envelope made out of the adorable paper. Okay. Okay, there we go. Okay, so now this looks like it's ready to be a tag. Like it is just ready. Okay. Well, I have these panel cards, and so I think we can go ahead and let's see. I'm just going to cut this in half. So at 3 inches, we'll cut these in half. And that will give us 2 tags. They are lightweight, but I think they will be cool to have in our journal. And I'm just going to go ahead and round the corners. They won't bulk up our journal very much, which is good. There we go. Okay, so that is done. Let's see. Go ahead and add one of our quotes to one of these. So these are from wrapping paper that I have, and I've just torn them out so that I could use them. Okay, we also have been using the butterflies, and so we can just decorate these, collage them up just really quickly using the items that we have collected. And so far I have kept this from Chip. He has not gotten this one. He has a thing for washi tape. If it gets left on the floor, he thinks it's his. Okay, so adding washi tape to the edge, and we've been doing that throughout, so that gives us that awesome look there. And I don't think any of these others will, this one will fit. Okay, we just have to trim the edges down a little bit for it to fit, and there we go. This one's talking about flowers, so I want to make sure you can see the flower lady down here. Okay, so we'll go right over her. Okay. And come and just add some of the washi here, and this has a it's just a little bit transparent. Okay, so there's that look, and then we'll do this up the side here. So you can do a little bit different on each each thing. Let's see if we have another butterfly. Aha, we do. It'll just be awesome that they will have been used up. Okay, so next we're going to go ahead and we're going to stencil some pages. So we're going to look through the journal and see if we have any white pages. And I know that this one probably does. So, okay. Let's put this butterfly on. So remember how I told you in one of the other videos, I think it was the one where we did where we made batches of things. If you do things that are similar, then it can be fast. Okay, so we have these two cards. Let's go ahead and we're just going to decorate them real quick with this, and let's see if these we'll put this down at the bottom. Okay. So that is taken care of, and we'll save that. Okay, so we are going to pull out the journal, and we have our little stack of things we're making right here. We have our couple of those left, and we can go ahead and put those right into the journal if we find a place that could use something like that. So we can go along, and we are going to use the words, and so we can take the words and even just on like your ledger, just add. And the thing is that's happening right there is it's drawing up some of the ink from that's already on. So I'm using up the ink that's already on here. Okay. So that just mushes that up a little bit. Okay. Then we have our postcard here, and I want it to actually show up. So like it's an address, even though it's not. Even though it's not. Okay. And I think let's see if we have a smaller, something that we can use like a stamp. Aha. That one. Okay, so we'll just cut that with our postage stamp scissors. And this is from the Flutters and Fairies digital kit. It's okay to mix your kits. It's okay. It's actually quite fun. Okay, so we'll put that there. Okay, and come over here and see if we have So there's our brown. Here's our green. I just love the way that the stencil breaks it up. So there we go. Okay, here we'll just go lightly. Go lightly. You can even put it on the noisy paper. You can add just parts. Okay, so like that. Just to soften the white. Okay. I think I put my brush in the brown pad. Okay, yeah, I think you can also add a little bit even to your colored papers, just so that you get your print happening. See, look how faint that is. That looks so cool. And even on your embellishment pieces. Okay, you can do it in the backgrounds, like the back of the pocket. It just helps with the white. And you can go ahead and go around a sticker. Or an image that you have put. Okay, look how pretty that is. Okay, here we did the words and the green. And I was like, oh, I should be doing this for a video. So, there you go. We did it so then we can do this with the video. So, so what do you think of the premiere? If you're here for the premiere, I'm waving. Hi. Hi. So a premiere, when you see that there's a premiere video, that means I can be in the chat live. And so it's actually quite fun. And we have been experiencing problems with being able to hold the internet with a live video. So just gonna try this as an alternative. And so hopefully you're enjoying this. And for those of you that like the real videos and don't like live videos, this gives you that option as well. So, okay, so if you're new to junk journaling, making journals, and you don't have to go through and do this. This is just for those of us that have a thing about the white space. Okay, if the white space doesn't bother you, you don't have to go through and and add anything. I just wanted to show you that option. Okay, so here we've got an envelope flap for a double tuck. You can even go ahead and go over your digitals and alter your digitals. Okay. And lightly on the ledger. You can just do an edge. Kind of an ombre effect. Start out dark and go in light. Those are both dot papers. So there we go. And let's come over almost to the end, and then we're going to go ahead and we'll add things to the edges of the journal. I think we'll have one more video of this, the process for this journal. I don't want to fill this one after doing the pansy journal that was just so full. It's nice to have a journal that is not as crazy full. Okay. Okay, what I was doing there was trying not to have the put down place. So, and you can hardly see it, but it is there. It's just very subtle. Okay, so of course you can also come in with other types of stencils and add butterflies. We've done that before. And so there. So we're going to go ahead and close up these for right now. Green goes there, and the brown goes there, the brushes go there. Okay, and so on to the next thing. We're going to add items to the edge of our journal, and again, this is something that is optional, and okay, so I had this lace, not quite enough to do what I wanted to do because this journal has 3 signatures. So what I did is I started cutting the ruffle of the lace, and it will just give us a flat lace, and it'll still have a little ruffle to it just because, you know, it's been a ruffle for a long time. And then I think this might give us our tie for this, for a tie, if I was going to do a tie closure. So at least it will be, it can be our tie for temporary until I add, if I'm going to do a different closure. Okay. You know, we are home and not able to go out and shop like maybe we would normally like to, and so one of the things about, you know, using up all the pieces. So if I cut this off and then I have this strip, you know, it can go in the trash, but it can also be tag ties at the top of tags. It can, and it's going to be a great tie for the journal. So what do you think? Does this journal, should it have a tassel? Please comment in the comments. Should we have a tassel for this journal? And have you been following along? Are you making a journal out of a cereal box? You saw we had to sit this one under the big fat books for a few days, but that worked and got it to sit flat. And so I've been very happy with this cereal box. It feels thick. Part of that is the glue, helps to give that durability feeling. It feels very strong. Okay, so here we go. Here we go. We're cutting lace. But this is a way to get more lace out of what you've got. I mean, I a lot of times will buy lace that has a line down the middle and the lace goes off the edge on the two sides, and I can cut that in half and get twice as much lace. There we go, right up to the edge. Okay, so what we get a tie string that we'll be able to use. If we're just going to tie it, and I think it'll be a good match. And we get, how much do we end up with? It ends up being like a third more by doing that. Okay, so let's go ahead and see if we can kind of tell it that we want it to be flat. Okay, so if you're buying lace and you buy the ruffled lace, you're going to get more lace than if you buy flat lace, if you don't mind the edge. Okay, so we have enough to do 7, 8, 9. Okay, so we can do 9. We're not going to do 9, but I wanted to make sure that I was not, that I had enough, that I didn't get almost to the back of my book and not have enough. But I'm also going to show you how I'm going to put this in a way that won't happen either. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and add our lace, and I'm using fabric tack, and I'm going to go ahead and put it on and hold it down, and we'll do just a few of these. I will probably add more than just the 3, but we'll do 1 for each signature. Actually, we'll do 4. We'll do 3, 1 at the beginning, towards the beginning of each signature, and then we'll do 1 at the very back. So we'll do 4 to start with. And so that I can go on, I'm going to just use some packaging, and that will, I'm going to go ahead and press it down one more time and move on to the next signature. And I'm going to put them on that page. So there's a clear page right after each one of the signatures, because I used the Tim Holtz vellum and I wanted to be able to see that whole. I did use different types of paper. This one here is my old paper, and I call it my old paper because it's really old. It was in between the acetate sheets from stuff that my dad had given me. Okay. We'll cut that one. Go ahead and check it one more time. Make sure it's not sticking to the next page. Okay, and this one should be good. Fabric tack dries really fast. That's why it is my go-to glue for, well, plus it's for fabric and lace, but it dries really fast. So when I'm on camera, it is my go-to glue. Okay, go ahead and add this one. We should have measured and seen if how many we would have been able to put on if we didn't ruffle it. I bet probably just like 5. Okay, so you see we've got our lace edge going, and we'll come back and put it on this last page here. Oh, let's put our piece in between. Let's set it one more time. And here we go. Putting this down. Okay. And there we go. Okay. Make sure that it's sticking. Okay, so we have our 4 edges, and oh, I love it. Okay, so another edge that you can do is fabric, and I have this piece of fabric, and I was using this last night in the party, and I'm going to show you what we did. It was really kind of cool. So I'm going to go ahead and I cut it in, and then I'm just going to rip it. And this was out of my mom's stash. So what we're going to do is we are going to make fabric washi tape. Okay? Love fabric washi tape. So let's see, if we fold this in half, look at there. Okay, so we're going to want to go ahead and pull the frays out, because otherwise they'll get caught up underneath and it's a mess. So at least pull your long frays and clear the way. And then you've got messy string. You can use this messy string if you wanted to. Okay, here we go. So double stick tape. You can use your roll like the other kind that I use, or you can use your ATG gun, and you just go ahead and start rolling along. I'm going to roll along this edge. You can roll along the middle. I'm going to go to the edge because I'm actually going to make this be an edge in this journal. Okay, so this is one of the little things that we did at the party last night. The party was for those that finished their March challenge journal. I do a challenge each month on my channel, and so the new challenge will start on May 1st, and you'll see the video will come up with the details, and you just follow the details. And if you'd like to join in on the challenge, it's a lot of fun, and we'd love to have you. So we're just finishing up our April challenge, and that was the video that posted as the premiere earlier today. And that was the pansy journal is what I made for mine. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and hang this one piece over here. So I have my piece, and it is, I've got, you see that? I've got the double stick tape. And I'm just going to go in and find a place that I think needs an edge. And I'm kind of liking the idea of putting it along there. See, this one you can't really do. Now the really cool thing is we can put it on one of these edges, and because it is double-sided tape, but we have a flip up here, so we don't want to do that. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add it to this page that has the Antique Garden digital kit piece. Okay, and you see I'm a little bit long, so I'm going to come down and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to gather it a little bit. Just a little, just in a few places. Put this edge down. Go ahead. Gather, gather. Okay, and then you'll see that edge from this side and from this. Okay, so then you want to put it down, make sure it's in there, and you have a frayed, I'm afraid so, you have a beautiful frayed edge in this journal. Could also do it with this fabric. Okay, so there's one. So let's come down to the second part, and let's see. So that's the cover of the second part. And I'm thinking here on this tiny house page is where we'll put it. Okay, so I want my glue side on the inside towards the page, and go ahead and put that, and then we'll put this down here. Go ahead and ruffle, ruffle, ruffle. Okay, and the glue will stick to the paper, it'll stick to itself and give you a great look. So you see that we have that happening. So we're going to need one more. And so go ahead and cut your fabric. Look at, my mom had a line over here, so we're going to come and cut over here. Okay, and go ahead and rip it. And somebody asked last night what kind of fabric this is. I don't know. Again, it was in my mom's stuff, and I'm grateful to have it. It looked amazing on using it on the ephemera. So I cannot wait to play with the new digital kit. It's French Fashionistas, and it will be in the Etsy shop on Friday. The people that finished their March journal, they got that as their gift at the party. And so that's one of the things, if you join one of the challenges and you finish the challenge, you finish your journal and all the parts of it, you get invited to a party. We have a little party, and it's a lot of fun. Gosh, I kind of think I might want to put it on the edge of that. out of everything here. I don't want to take away from the, so I'm going to put it here. Let's see how it looks through. Yeah, it's fine. Okay. And this one is a little bit short. That's okay. Okay, but we want the whole glued area to be on the paper. Okay. So there, that's what we get. We get the lacy edge and the frayed edge. And now I have some flowers. These also were in my mom's stash. We're going to add these as well, kind of like little tabs. And I wonder if we should go ahead and add them to the, I think we can. Let's go ahead and we're going to add them to the front page if we can. Because there's 3 of them. I love that they have like writing book page kind of look. So let's see if I put that. Okay, so this is the top one, the first one. We're going to put it on the top. And this is just going to take some maneuvering here to get so that my stapler is on. Yeah, like that. Okay, so there you go. So that'll give us our first one, and you'll see it from the edge. Then we're going to move on to our second one. Okay, I feel some glue right here. I'm going to have to come back and fix that, which I have an idea for it. So, okay, so our second one is going to be in the center. So we'll find our second. There's our second. That works out perfect. And we can just put it right here. And it has one of our butterfly embellishments that we made using the rub-ons from Dollar Tree. So that's kind of in there, but I think that that's actually going to be good because this is where the tie would be. I like it though. Okay, and we're going to come down here. We'll have one more. Okay, so I had 3 of these in my stash. And I was able to use them here in this journal, and that's exciting. So we are no-buy all the way through July here on the Dear Julie channel. What that means is the challenges that I'll be doing are going to suggest that you don't go out and buy any products to finish them. There's no police watching. We won't know if you went and bought something unless you show up with something that just came out. But just to encourage the stay-at-home thing, we're doing the no-buy. Use your stash. If you don't have a stash, I'm showing you in these things that you can do. So one of the videos I'm going to be doing is we're gonna dupe things like these flowers using things that we have, okay, or probably have, because so there we go. There we go. I went back and added an extra staple to each of those just because I was a little bit concerned. Okay, so you see them? They're in there. And so that's adding something to the edge. So another thing that I like to add to the edge of my journals is washi tape. And so I am going to look through here and see. I usually add it to the plain pages, and you can just go ahead and choose your washi tape that you use and go ahead and put it down. I also have been using the butterfly washi tape, so I'm thinking since we did the stripe there that we can go ahead and add the butterfly here. Okay. And you can add just to your old paper, to your coffee dyed paper, to whatever, even the vellum. Okay. You can also do little clusters. So I like to do a couple of different washis together. Okay, so these are the touches that just help to bring everything together. Again, I really do like adding stuff to the edge. Now we have white here, so I'm going to go ahead and add some washi. Okay. You see we've already gone through and added some. There's our heart coffee dyed paper. I think that turned out pretty cool. Another thing that you can do with washi is you can close off pockets. So this never got closed off. So let's go ahead and we'll close that off, and now it'll become a pocket. Okay, we don't lose any of that beautiful, the stream. Oh, we've got words. We've got words over here. This one, the night winds come and go, mother, upon the meadow grass, and the happy stars above them seem to brighten as they pass. I think we'll put that right there. We'll put that on that page. Then we only have one quote left to go in. I think quotes are fun. Sometimes in a journal, when I have quotes and sayings and things like that, they help me with what I want to write. So as a prompt, they work as a prompt. And I like that. Okay, so we have the pocket here. So we can go ahead and add this in there. Okay, and that way that's all done. I just love this here, but I think we do need some writing. So, you know, one of the things that you can do is go ahead and if you have some note paper, you can tear around the note paper. We've been using the bee and the butterfly and the bird note paper all through here. So this actually will go along with the rest of the journal. Yeah, I'm going to put that right down there. And then I made some paper clips in the the last video. So I think we'll go ahead and grab one of those paper clips and add it in here. This is the center of the signature too. So the other thing is, if we're going to add signature strings, we're going to want to come back and do that pretty soon. The paper clips are in this box. And I think we'll go ahead and we'll add this one because it's got the orange. Okay. And we'll just add a couple pieces of the B note paper right there underneath that. Okay. Okay, so that finished that off. And then we can put something back here as well. We have these that we made. Actually, we didn't decorate these ones, but that's okay. Okay, so adding to the edge, you know, I think I might want to add to the edge of this. The other thing about adding washi tape is it gives strength to the page. So a lot of times you'll see me add washi tape to a like lined paper and graph paper because they will be a little bit less strong. Okay, so we'll just go ahead and add butterfly washi. And I got this butterfly washi at Hobby Lobby, I believe. I think. A while ago, though. A lot of my stuff I've had for a while. Some of my stuff I've had for a very long time. Okay. We have one more signature here. We can leave that. We could tie something through that. That might be kind of cool. Take advantage of, you know, it's like taking advantage of whatever is there. Well, we have these holes from the wallpaper sample book. My husband took the nails out of it for me, the nails and the brads and the screws. It had everything in it. And he took them out so that I would have the whole page. And so I end up, sometimes we have the whole. So again, we're adding things to the edges. So this counts as an edge. Okay. There we go. Edge. And washi. Like I said, if the white space doesn't bother you, you don't need to bother with this. Ooh, I like it down there. I like that. I like that very much. Okay, so I do get my ledger sometimes comes from Staples. I've hardly had to buy any. People give me ledger all the time, and that's because I've told them. They say, oh, what do you do? And I tell them what I do, and I take like old office paper and I turn it into journals. Oh, really? And then a while later, they're cleaning stuff out and they give me their budget book. So, okay. So that is edges. And the other thing that we would want to do is to add some of the fabric. So I'm going to come in And let's see. We'll go across. Okay, so tabs. Tabs is another thing that you can add, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cut, and I want the green part of the fabric. Okay, so tabs can go in just like we've been doing the other. And you can fold them in half, and then they can just go on your page. You can either glue them on, or you can staple them. I think we're going to staple. Okay, so that gives us a tab that matches the cover. And these I'm going to do a little more random. Like that felt pretty heavy duty. Oh, it's just going through the bank. The double pocket bank envelope. Okay. So if you've joined in and you have been working on a journal for this this series, I would love to know how it's going. If this is your first time making a journal, are you enjoying it? What is your favorite thing that you have gotten to make? I wanted to put 4 in. It's like, okay, we'll go here. And I put tabs in my journal sometimes, and then I decide what is on that. But it's nice to have a tabbed page, because I can go, oh, I'm going to put all my birthday shopping here. Or I'm going to put all my challenge ideas here. You know, that kind of thing. When I use them as a planner, you know, it's like, okay, this one is for this organization that I do stuff with. This one is for this. Okay. So there we go. So this ended up a little long. Okay. I'm thinking that it's a little long. So I'm going to come in. I need to hold that page while I cut it. Come on. But it's like, okay, I guess I need more to grab onto. There we go. I like that better. Okay. Yeah, see, it was impeding and you couldn't see all the other stuff. So look at that. That is what we have. This was our class, or on edges. So we decorated the white space of our journal, and we worked on the edges of our journal, and took care of the white space with the stencil, added the 3 flowers with the stapler. We added lace with glue. So we used fabric tack for the lace, which we had cut the edge off, making it flat lace instead of ruffled. We added, there's our stencil and our 2 stencils that we used, and we made a stamp for that. We went ahead and we made fabric washi tape and we added it into the journal. We added tabs to the journal, and we fixed this pocket. So we added this edge to these pockets, and then we added washi tape to the edges. Also, we used all but one of these. This one says for the rose. So what if we go back to that beautiful one that we just fixed, this, and we put that here, and we will have taken care of using all of the quotes from the wrapping paper. Okay, and you may have noticed I don't distress usually. Sometimes I do, but I'm not distressing in this journal. You can. That's entirely up to the person that's making the journal if they want to go ahead and to do that. Okay, so for right now we are going to use this as our tie. But I have an idea, and I'm going to do a different kind of closure for y'all. So we'll do the closure and the signature ties in another video. And so this is pretty long, so we can do a double tie around. Okay. And then just tie it closed. And that's just for now, so that and I'm not going to cut that off because I might need it for the other thing that we're going to do. So that is our beginner series for today. If you're here in the premiere, hello and thank you for being here. I would love to know what your favorite thing, did you learn anything new? Please put it in the comments. And if you have questions, things that you would like to see in this series, please ask during the preview, put it in the comments, or ask in the Scrap All About It with Dear Julie, and tag me in the post. Okay, so that is what we have for today. We also made our envelope. We altered the paper that was store-bought paper, and we went ahead and we made the tags. So one of them already got a home. And so we have these that still need to go in the journal, and we'll get them in there. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed it. Go watch another video because YouTube likes that. There's some suggestions up here. Find something to celebrate every day. Don't forget to subscribe. Have an amazing day. Bye. Bye-bye.